In the not-so-distant past, a wave of storytelling swept through our screens, captivating adolescent audiences worldwide. Remember when Hogwarts beckoned us into a world of magic with Harry Potter? Or when the brooding romance of Twilight mesmerized fans? How about the musical spectacle of Glee, the supernatural allure of the Vampire Diaries, or even the scandalous lives of Manhattan's elite in Gossip Girl? These iconic franchises symbolized the golden era of the young adult genre in film and TV in the 2000s. They didn't just entertain, they defined a generation and ignited fervent fandoms. The rise of content geared towards the millennial teen audience wasn't a new phenomenon per se, but the internet, the rise of streaming services, and a fan base ripe for consuming created an atmosphere brimming with possibility for the genre. But as quickly as it rose to prominence, this phenomenon faced an unexpected decline from 2020 to present. So, what happened? Join us on a journey through the meteoric rise and sudden fall of the young adult genre in film and TV. We'll explore how these cultural touchstones captured our hearts, unraveled their own unique challenges, and ultimately left an indelible mark on entertainment history. We'll uncover the key factors behind their ascent, the cultural impact they left behind, and of course, the lessons learned from their rapid rise and eventual decline. The term young adult fiction is relatively modern, gaining widespread recognition only in the past 50 years or so. While the 19th century saw the emergence of some books aimed at adolescents, such as Louisa May Alcott's Little Women, young adult, or YA fiction, targeted at adolescents aged 12 to 18, has transcended its intended audience to capture readers of all ages. Defined by its focus on teenage characters and themes of coming of age, identity, and relationships, both platonic and romantic, YA literature has become synonymous with these certain tropes. The young adult fiction market has undergone a remarkable transformation over the decades. To explore the origins and growth of this phenomenon, we have to trace its roots back to the post-World War II era and its subsequent expansion into a billion-dollar sector of the publishing world. In the decades following World War II, teenagers began to seek literature that reflected their experiences and aspirations, marking a departure from children's books towards more mature themes. This transition wasn't immediate. Initially, writers like J.D. Salinger and William Golding explored teenage angst and societal issues in their works intended for adult audiences. However, it wasn't until the emergence of novels specifically crafted for young people that the genre truly took shape. The turning point arrived in 1967 with the publication of The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, a remarkable achievement considering Hinton herself was only 17 years old at the time. Hinton's groundbreaking novel, driven by her dissatisfaction with existing portrayals of school life, captured the authentic voices and struggles of teenagers. Despite facing criticism and censorship due to its raw portrayal of violence and controversial themes, The Outsiders laid the foundation for a new wave of young adult fiction that resonated with its audience. Following in Hinton's footsteps, Robert Cormier's The Chocolate War in 1974 addressed themes of peer pressure and individuality, challenging conventional norms in young adult literature. These early works shattered taboos and expanded the possibility for storytelling aimed at young readers. Simultaneously, visionary authors like J.R.R. Tolkien and Ursula Le Guin introduced fantastical worlds that captivated both children and adolescents alike, pioneering the fantasy genre within young adult fiction. The influence of Tolkien and Le Guin reverberated through subsequent generations of writers, including Philip Pullman and Garth Nix, who further pushed the boundaries of storytelling. As the genre evolved, authors like Melvin Burgess tackled taboo subjects such as drug addiction in Junk, 1996, challenging readers to confront real-world issues. Meanwhile, contemporary writers like Mark Haddon, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, and Sherman Alexie, The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian, continued to push boundaries, portraying diverse perspectives and experiences. The breakthrough moment for young adult fiction arrived when J.K. Rowling published the first book in her Harry Potter series in 1997. The franchise swiftly became a global phenomenon that transcended age boundaries and validated the genre's credibility. Rowling's success paved the way for other fantastical series to make their mark on the landscape, but let's not get ahead of ourselves yet. Since the early 2000s, young adult fiction has experienced a remarkable surge in popularity. Over the last few decades alone, numerous YA books have garnered critical acclaim and achieved widespread fame. Notable examples include A Wrinkle in Time and The Fault in Our Stars, both of which not only won multiple awards, but also achieved levels of success comparable to many best-selling adult books. These novels have resonated deeply with readers of all ages, highlighting the enduring appeal and impact of YA literature in the literary landscape. Today, young adult fiction enjoys widespread popularity among readers of all ages, with adults comprising over half of its audience. Authors such as Mallory Blackman, the current Children's Laureate, champion the genre and advocate for its recognition as a powerful form of storytelling. In a literary landscape where young adult fiction thrives and book groups dedicated to the genre are on the rise, the stigma associated with adults reading YA literature has diminished. The enduring success of these novels underscores their universal themes and emotional resonance, appealing to readers seeking compelling narratives that go beyond age. The early 2000s in particular marked a significant boom for YA fiction, characterized by the immense success of book series which sold millions of copies worldwide and were subsequently adapted into blockbuster films. You know the ones. The Hunger Games franchise emerged as one of the highest-grossing film series of all time, amassing over $2 billion in box office revenue. This unprecedented success underscored a pivotal realization among publishers. YA fiction possesses immense commercial potential and can be a veritable goldmine in the literary market. Again, we have to take a look at the Harry Potter universe. Since the first book was released in the late 90s, the Potter franchise has generated extraordinary revenue across every medium. As of 2021, the combined global box office earnings from the 8 Harry Potter films exceeded $7.7 billion. This figure does not include revenues from home entertainment sales, merchandise, theme park attractions, such as the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Orlando, or other forms of licensed products and experiences. The book series has sold over 500 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling book series in history and spurned spin-offs within the universe across film, TV, and yes, even Broadway plays. Using Harry Potter as the template, it was inevitable that the YA genre would get squeezed for every penny it's worth in the 2000s as media's biggest cash cow. So, what makes YA fiction so noteworthy and impactful exactly? Firstly, YA fiction plays a crucial role in providing representation to young readers. That's an obvious one. By featuring characters navigating challenges and issues similar to those faced by adolescents, YA literature can empower readers and enhance their self-esteem. For instance, the graphic novel Heartstopper delves into themes of identity and sexuality, offering solace and validation to readers undergoing similar personal journeys. YA fiction also promotes a culture of reading among teenagers by catering to their specific interests and experiences. Studies have consistently demonstrated the myriad benefits of reading on individual well-being, and offering engaging and relatable narratives is instrumental in cultivating a lifelong love for literature and for learning. Many readers fondly recall growing up alongside characters in beloved series like Harry Potter, forging deep emotional connections with fictional worlds. YA fiction expands horizons and fosters empathy by exposing readers to diverse perspectives and experiences. Genres like historical fiction serve as educational tools, offering insights into different cultures and time periods in an engaging and accessible manner. For example, Zulfa Katu's novel As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow sheds light on the complexities of the Syrian Revolution, enriching readers' understanding of global events. Lastly, YA fiction enhances the pleasure of reading by providing narratives that resonate with readers' own lives and experiences. While children's books evoke nostalgia and adult literature presents intellectual challenges, YA novels captivate audiences with relatable characters and compelling plots. The popularity of YA fantasy series like Red Queen and Graceling underscores the enduring appeal of this genre, offering readers an immersive escape into imaginative worlds tailored to their age group and lives. The ascent of YA fiction represents way more than just a literary trend. It signifies a broader cultural shift towards recognizing and celebrating the voices and experiences of young people. By fostering empathy, promoting literacy, and providing representation, YA literature continues to exert a profound influence on readers of all ages, enriching lives and shaping perspectives in the process. But books are only one chapter in this story. Let's talk about TV. It's no coincidence that while YA fiction was rising to unprecedented heights, we were also experiencing the golden age of television, also known as peak TV or prestige TV, simultaneously, creating a perfect storm of profitable content for viewers. The golden age of television is celebrated for its abundance of critically acclaimed and high-quality television programs. This period, named in homage to the original golden age of television in the 1950s, has also been referred to as the new second or third golden age of television. These various labels reflect ongoing debates about whether shows from the 1980s and early to mid-1990s belong to a concluded golden era or are part of the current flourishing period. The modern golden age is commonly recognized as commencing in 1999 with the groundbreaking series The Sopranos. However, of course, opinions diverge on when this era, quote, peaked, with some arguing it occurred in the mid to late 2010s or early 2020s even, leading to references of a subsequent era, while others maintain that the golden age is ongoing. Concurrently, traditional multi-channel linear television, including cable and digital satellite, reached its zenith in 2014, but has since experienced a decline in viewership, audience reach, and the introduction of new content. Creation of new series reached its pinnacle in the early 2020s, following a competitive period known as the Streaming Wars, which culminated shortly before the Hollywood labor disputes of 2023. And yes, we will get to that in a little bit. Many readers fondly recall growing up alongside characters in beloved series like Harry Potter, forging deep emotional connections with fictional worlds. This flourishing era is attributed to advancements in media distribution technology, particularly digital TV technologies such as HD TV, online video platforms, TV streaming services, video on demand, and web TV. These technological innovations, coupled with a substantial increase in available television hours, have catalyzed an unprecedented surge in content creation across the television landscape. With more people than ever being able to access media, the demand for content grew to exponential heights, and production companies were willing to dish out some serious cash for the top spot. The YA genre was originally introduced to TV at the turn of the century and morphed into the current format in the mid-2000s. This was when incredibly popular shows like the CW's Gossip Girl and Freeform's Pretty Little Liars first hit the market. But things only took off for real at the end of the decade, with the premiere of shows like the CW's The Vampire Diaries and the CW's The 100. Two well-defined subgenres surged in the early years of young adult fiction on television. The first group includes shows with ordinary teenage stories with no supernatural elements. One of the most prominent examples, of course, is Gossip Girl. It was phenomenally successful and set standards for the genre. Examining the Pulse data provides a clear illustration of this phenomenon. Gossip Girl's longevity score, which is 32.4 times higher than the demand average, underscores the enduring interest in the show over time. Additionally, the show's momentum score, surpassing the average by 35.5 times, signifies a remarkable increase in demand over the past 12 months, possibly attributed to the premiere of its remake in 2021. Despite concluding 9 years ago, Gossip Girl still holds a position in the top 3% of the most in-demand series globally, which is just, wild. Another series exemplifying this trend is Pretty Little Liars, which followed in the footsteps of Gossip Girl to achieve remarkable success. The Freeform series boasts a significant longevity score, exceeding the demand average by 37.5 times. Additionally, it has maintained a global demand that is 15.7 times higher than the average over the past year, placing it among the top 3% most in-demand series worldwide. The second category encompasses teen shows infused with supernatural elements, which gained prominence after the immense success of YA movie franchises like Twilight and The Hunger Games. Leading the surge was the CW's The Vampire Diaries, premiering in 2008 and running for 8 seasons. The series demonstrated its enduring appeal with a high longevity score of 46.3 times the demand average. Moreover, its exceptional franchisability score paved the way for successful spin-offs, including the originals, which launched in 2013. The Vampire Diaries set a precedent for numerous other YA fantasy shows, such as the CW's The 100, which premiered in 2014, and Sci-Fi's The Magicians, which premiered a year later in 2015, both of which enjoyed multiple successful seasons. In subsequent years, standout titles like Freeform's Shadowhunters, which debuted in 2016, and MTV's The Shannara Chronicles, which also debuted in 2016, continued the trend. Shadowhunters and The Shannara Chronicles had successful debut years, with Shadowhunters achieving 7.6 times the average demand, and The Shannara Chronicles reaching 8.3 times the average demand. So it's clear that during this period, fantasy young adult shows emerged as the dominant subgenre, overshadowing non-supernatural YA series both in terms of popularity and viewer demand. The rise of the YA genre experienced a transformative surge in popularity. largely propelled by the expansive reach and interactive nature of the internet in the 2000s with tween and teen users. While marketing companies and networks were shelling out thousands upon thousands to find ways to appeal to a younger audience, teens were already doing the work for them online. Websites such as Tumblr, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram emerged as powerful platforms that reshaped the landscape of YA literature and media, connecting authors, readers, and enthusiasts in dynamic ways. In addition to the impact of these social media platforms, the evolution of the YA genre has been significantly influenced by the rise of online storytelling communities, such as Wattpad and fanfiction platforms. Wattpad in particular emerged as a groundbreaking platform that has democratized the process of storytelling and publishing. Aspiring YA authors, often young and undiscovered, used Wattpad as a launching pad to share their original works with a global audience. This platform not only provided a space for writers to showcase their creativity, but also allowed readers to engage directly with evolving stories, providing feedback and encouragement that can shape the direction of narratives in real time. Many successful YA novels, such as Anna Todd's After series, originated on Wattpad, demonstrating the platform's potential to discover new talent and cultivate enthusiastic fan bases. And you can't talk about the success of the fanfiction boom without bringing up the poster child of fanfiction turned blockbuster. That's right, 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. 50 Shades, while not necessarily a YA-based work, became a cultural phenomenon due to a combination of factors that propelled its popularity beyond typical literary success. The story famously originated as Twilight fanfiction, titled Master of the Universe, which was published on fanfiction websites like fanfiction.net and later Twilight fan forums. E.L. James initially wrote the characters of Christian Grey and Anastasia Steele as Edward Cullen and Bella Swan from Twilight, catering to the existing fan base of the vampire romance series. After gaining a substantial online following, E.L. James rewrote and adapted her fanfiction into an original work, changing character names and certain elements to create 50 Shades of Grey. This transition from fanfiction to a standalone novel allowed the story to reach a broader audience beyond the Twilight fandom. As the book gained popularity, social media played a significant role in spreading awareness and generating that buzz. Discussions and debates about the book's content proliferated across platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and online forums. The success of 50 Shades caught the attention of mainstream media outlets, leading to extensive coverage and media buzz. Articles and features about the book's controversial themes and unprecedented popularity further fueled public curiosity and contributed to its rapid rise to fame. So, thanks Internet once again for all the work that you do. The book was widely available in bookstores and online retailers, making it easily accessible to a broad audience. The combination of risque subject matter, a captivating storyline, and widespread availability created a perfect storm for 50 Shades of Grey to become a cultural phenomenon and, of course, money-making machine for the film franchise. These fanfic communities have played a crucial role in fostering creativity and expanding the boundaries of established YA universes. Websites like Archive of Our Own, AO3, and fanfiction.net provide a space for fans to reimagine and reinterpret beloved YA characters and worlds, often exploring themes and relationships that may not be fully developed in the original texts. This participatory and collaborative approach to storytelling has not only fueled the passion of YA enthusiasts, but has also influenced mainstream publishing trends by showcasing the immense appetite for diverse and inclusive narratives within the genre. These online communities continue to serve as incubators for new voices and ideas, highlighting the profound impact of digital platforms on the ever-expanding world of YA literature. The internet has undeniably played a transformative role in propelling the YA genre to new heights of popularity and relevance. Through the rise in these platforms, the genre has become more inclusive, interactive, and accessible more than ever before. As we continue to navigate the digital age, the internet will remain a driving force in shaping the future of YA literature and, of course, other forms of entertainment, empowering authors and readers alike to connect, create, and celebrate the diverse narratives that define this dynamic genre. It's not far-fetched to say that our media consumption has been dictated by the addition of streaming services over the last 25 years. In the past year, Netflix boasted a global subscriber base of 204 million, offering a vast library comprising over 3,600 movies and 1,800 shows. Its 2020 revenue reached an astounding $25 billion, As the streaming landscape continues to evolve, an increasing number of platforms have emerged to compete with Netflix for both your bandwidth and, yes, of course, your wallet. Among these contenders are Amazon Prime with 150 million subscribers, Disney Plus with about 87 million, HBO Max with 38 million, and Apple TV Plus with 10 to 33 million, depending on who you ask, I guess, all vying for a share of viewers' attention. With the proliferation of streaming platforms comes a wealth of content to explore. However, these platforms are not merely producing disposable entertainment. Instead, content from streaming service studios is gaining significant critical recognition. In 2021, Netflix led the charge with 16 films, receiving a total of 35 Academy Awards nominations. Notable nominations included Vanessa Kirby's Best Actress nod for Pieces of a Woman, Da 5 Bloods receiving nominations for Best Original Score, and the Best Animated Short win for If Anything Happens, I Love You. This recognition underscores the growing influence and quality of content being produced by streaming services, signaling a definite shift in the entertainment industry's landscape. Based on data compiled from Publishers Marketplace, a central hub for industry news and self-reported book deals, the trend of literary adaptations for television has been steadily rising. Since its inception in 2000, the platform has recorded nearly 4,000 film and television deals, with a notable increase in both the quantity and percentage of TV adaptations over the years. In a significant shift, reported TV adaptations surpassed film adaptations for the first time, highlighting the growing preference for literary content on television. This trend underscores the evolving landscape of entertainment media, where television has become a prominent platform for bringing literary works to life. Literary adaptations represent a lucrative sector of the entertainment industry, no doubt. Streaming giants like Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu view them as dependable sources of content and income, ideal for both limited series and multi-season productions. According to Publishers Weekly in 2019, Netflix was actively acquiring literary properties, and this trend has continued unabated. Currently, Rotten Tomatoes lists a staggering 125 literary adaptations in various stages of development, highlighting the enduring popularity and significance of adapting books for screen audiences. So, streaming services like Netflix and Hulu played a pivotal role in elevating the YA genre to the forefront of television shows and films during the 2000s. These platforms revolutionized the way content was consumed and distributed, particularly catering to younger audiences hungry for compelling YA narratives. One key factor in the rise of YA content on streaming services was the shift towards binge watching. Unlike traditional TV networks, which released episodes on a weekly basis, we all remember it, platforms like Netflix and Hulu offered entire seasons at once, allowing viewers to consume entire series in a short period. This binge-watching culture proved especially appealing to YA fans, who often become deeply entrenched in character-driven narratives and intricate story arcs. Netflix in particular demonstrated a keen interest in adapting popular YA books into successful series and movies. The platform's data-driven approach to content acquisition led to it obtaining the rights to best-selling YA novels, such as 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher and To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. These adaptations not only attracted existing fans of the books, but also introduced new audiences to the YA genre. Streaming services also provided a platform for diverse and inclusive storytelling within the YA genre as a whole. Many YA shows and films on these platforms explored themes of identity, friendship, love, and personal growth in nuanced and authentic ways. This authenticity resonated strongly with audiences, particularly young viewers seeking representation and relatability in media. Additionally, streaming services provided a platform for risk-taking and innovation when it came to storytelling. Freed from the constraints of traditional network television, creators and filmmakers had more creative freedom to explore unique concepts and unconventional narratives within the genre. This resulted in groundbreaking series like the famous Stranger Things on Netflix, which blended elements of horror, mystery, and coming-of-age drama into a compelling and nostalgic package. Pre-COVID, the global entertainment market topped $100 billion for the first time ever. The Motion Picture Association released a new report on the international box office and home entertainment market, showing that the industry reached $101 billion in 2019. The report stated that the box office made $42.2 billion globally, and that home mobile entertainment accounts for about $58.8 billion worldwide. While home entertainment made more than in prior years last year, the report found that 76% of the US and Canadian population went to the theater at least once in the past year. Digital growth was capital to home entertainment, driving 14% of overall growth. Incredibly, viewing data shows that 85% of children and 55% of adults were consuming TV shows and films on mobile devices. The film, television, and streaming industry continues to transform at a breakneck pace. And this report shows that audiences are the big winners, said Charles Rivkin, chairman and CEO of the Motion Picture Association. Most importantly, he continues, our industry continues to innovate and deliver great storytelling for movie and TV fans, where, when, and how they want it. It's a powerful statement. Young people were shown to be focally important to the industry. Per capita, the highest attendance to see films in theaters for the US and Canada was among 12 to 17-year-olds, and closely followed by 18 to 24-year-olds. Daily viewers of films and TV shows on mobile devices skewed heavily towards 18 to 24 and 25 to 39-year-old age groups. Thus, it makes sense why networks shell out so much to their young adult audiences. So, that begs the question, why the decline? Alright, so it's time to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. We said that the entertainment industry hit its peak pre-COVID. And it's safe to say that in 2020, the industry took quite a hit. Among others, in 2020, the entire global theatrical and home mobile entertainment market totaled $80.8 billion, the lowest figure since 2016, and a decline of 18% from 2019. And that's just a year later. The sharpest decline was in theatrical revenue, which dropped from $42.3 billion in 2019 to $12 billion in 2020. Ooh, ouch. Theatrical entertainment accounted for only 15% of the total global entertainment revenue, compared to 43% in 2019. While that had a deep impact on the content being acquired, the troubles didn't stop for the industry after we got the global pandemic under control. Back in 2007 and 2008, Hollywood writers went on strike for 100 days, and it sent numerous ripples throughout the industry. Loads of movies, many of which are now widely disliked, and that's very fair, were rushed into production, like Quantum of Solace, X-Men Origins Wolverine, and Terminator Salvation. Additionally, network TV shows like Heroes halted production, and in lieu of paying writers, a bigger pivot to reality programming occurred. Hollywood lost over $2 billion as a result of the 3-month strike. In May of 2023, the Writers Guild of America went on strike, and the Screen Actors Guild joined them on July 14th. While the screenwriters' strike eventually ended after a whopping 148 days, the actors' strike continued until November 2023 and ended after 118 days. The strikes were the result of years of economic turmoil following the emerging popularity of streaming platforms. Many consumers' decisions to, quote, cut the cable and switch to streaming platforms exclusively marks the most revolutionary change in the entertainment industry since the mid-1900s, when TV programs solely played at theaters became available at home. Top streaming services earn a staggering $30 billion yearly, and the annual CEO salary of these top services has surged to roughly $1 billion. Approximately 87% of the Screen Actors Guild earns a yearly salary of less than $26,000, which does not even qualify them for health insurance through the union. Given the vast contrast in earnings, a strike eventually emerged as writers and actors found it more challenging to maintain living standards off their earnings in the unprecedented streaming era. The strike cost the entertainment industry roughly $5 billion nationwide for those 150-odd days. We might not have lost any sleep over the billions lost by streaming industries during the writers' strike and pandemic to pay fair wages to creatives, but the scarcity of entertainment content during this time absolutely left a vacuum that we're still trying to fill. About 130. That's how many fewer shows Netflix reportedly released in 2023 versus 2022. Several hundred, the estimate of how many people Amazon is said to be laying off in the company's Prime Video and MGM Studios divisions this year. The number of scripted shows that streaming services plan to release this year is estimated to be around 400, and that's down from a peak of 599 in 2022. So yeah, there's been some damage. Bloomberg Businessweek noted that the coming years are looking to be, quote, very boring for viewers. Streaming, reporter Lucas Shaw explained, was supposed to be the answer to dwindling cable subscriptions and a movie business still struggling to return to pre-pandemic levels. But the industry is still shedding cash. Shaw says, even though unions secured huge victories in the Hollywood strikes, writers and actors have returned to an industry that should have fewer jobs. So, with all these issues happening behind the scenes, we see how the YA bust was inevitably going to happen one way or another. While the formula to take existing IP from YA literature and turning it into a franchise might have worked for a solid decade or so, the rapid proliferation of YA movie adaptations in response to popular trends has led to an oversaturation of similar films within the genre. Studios often rush to capitalize on successful franchises like Twilight and The Hunger Games, flooding the market with derivative content. This oversaturation has resulted in audience fatigue and a sense of diminishing returns, ultimately impacting the overall quality and reception of YA movies and TV. According to Nielsen ratings, YA original content is at an all-time ratings low for viewership across all streaming platforms. The decline in the quantity, quality, and substance of young adult genre content in recent years can be attributed to a confluence of factors, notably the repercussions of the writer's strike, the enduring challenges posed by the ongoing pandemic, and the subsequent pressures faced by studios in maintaining efficient content production. The impact of the writer's strike, which disrupted creative industries and strained resources, exacerbated by the ongoing challenges brought about by the pandemic, has forced studios to navigate a landscape marked by financial constraints and logistical hurdles. As a result, the focus has shifted towards expeditious content delivery at the expense of narrative depth and artistic innovation. Sad face. Big sad face. This shift is particularly evident in the YA genre, where productions have leaned towards formulaic approaches, predictable romantic subplots, and visually striking aesthetics aimed at capturing audience attention swiftly, albeit at the cost of substantive storytelling. This shift is particularly evident in the YA genre, where productions have leaned towards formulaic approaches, predictable romantic subplots, and visually striking aesthetics aimed at capturing audience attention swiftly, albeit at the cost of substantive storytelling. The complex interplay of external pressures, including the writer's strike and pandemic, has underscored the difficulties faced by studios in maintaining the level of quality and substance that had defined the genre's previous decades. Addressing these challenges necessitates a nuanced approach that prioritizes creative innovation alongside commercial imperatives, ensuring that the YA genre can continue to evolve and resonate with audiences in a meaningful and impactful manner. Alright, so that got a little gloomy there. Let's focus on the good here to close, shall we? Firstly, let's look at what we can take away from the last 2 decades of entertainment. As filmmakers and creators emerge into a brand new landscape of this industry, it's easy to feel a bit overwhelmed and crestfallen, but not all is lost. The rise and fall of the young adult genre in film and TV offers valuable insights for creators going forward. Let's look at some of these insights now. Audience diversity. Understand that YA audiences are diverse, with varying interests and evolving preferences. Don't rely solely on trends. Instead, focus on creating authentic, relatable characters and compelling stories that resonate with a wide range of viewers. Balancing commercial and creative. While commercial success is important, of course it is, don't compromise artistic integrity. Strive to deliver quality storytelling that engages audiences emotionally and intellectually first, rather than relying solely on formulaic plots or proven tropes. Adaptation challenges. Recognize the challenges of adapting popular YA books into film or TV, and embrace them. While adaptations can attract built-in audiences, they also require careful execution to capture the essence of the source material while appealing to broader audiences. Be mindful of market saturation. The popularity of certain genres can lead to oversaturation, making it challenging for new YA projects to stand out. Innovate and explore new approaches to storytelling to avoid being lost in the crowd. Embracing diverse narratives. This should be a no-brainer. Celebrate diversity and inclusivity in storytelling. Okay? Embrace narratives that reflect the rich tapestry of human experiences, cultures, and identities. Authentic representation can resonate deeply with audiences and contribute to the longevity of a genre. Cultural relevance. Stay attuned to cultural shifts and societal trends. YA storytelling should reflect contemporary issues and themes that are relevant to today's young audiences. By addressing universal themes with a modern context, creators can keep the genre fresh and engaging. Balanced marketing strategies. Develop balanced marketing strategies that target both core YA audiences and broader demographics. Effective promotion can help reach dedicated fans while also appealing to new viewers who may not typically gravitate towards the genre. Genre evolution. Understand that genres evolve over time. While the traditional YA formula may have seen a decline, there are opportunities to reinvent and redefine the genre. Experiment with hybrid genres, unique storytelling formats, or unconventional narratives to push boundaries and capture audience interest. In the contemporary landscape, concerns often arise regarding the impact of social media and technology on traditional activities like reading among young adults. We aren't in Kansas or the Tumblr era anymore, Toto. However, all might not be lost. Social media platforms have served as catalysts for promoting reading and fostering vibrant online communities centered around books, especially with regard to the YA genre. One notable example is Book Talk, a thriving online community within TikTok dedicated to celebrating literature. Book Talk exemplifies the power of social media in elevating books and cultivating a shared space where young readers can engage in discussions and bond over their literary interests. Within this digital realm, content creators, known as book talkers, because of course they are, craft videos ranging from book recommendations and reviews to engaging book hauls. These creators often boast substantial followings, with hundreds of thousands, or yes, even millions of viewers captivated by their book-related content. Although Book Talk covers a broad spectrum of literary genres, YA fiction emerges as a prominent topic of conversation again and again. It's nearly impossible to scroll through Book Talk without encountering enthusiastic endorsements for popular YA titles like Leah Bardugo's Six of Crows or Holly Jackson's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. What's striking is the platform's ability to propel older YA novels into viral sensations as well, surprising authors and publishers alike with sudden surges in popularity. This phenomenon underscores the profound impact of social media as a truly dynamic tool for amplifying YA fiction and elevating authors in today's digital landscape. As a result, modern bookstores prominently feature YA sections stocked with diverse genres and narratives centered around young adult protagonists. These books not only captivate young readers, but also serve as a bridge, helping adolescents navigate the complexities of adulthood by engaging with characters who confront relatable challenges. And isn't that the point, honey? The growing popularity of young adult literature is evidenced by recent trends in print sales. According to Words Rated, YA books have emerged as the fastest growing category in the literary market, with print unit sales surging by an impressive 48.2% since 2018. This surge reflects a broader cultural shift, highlighting the enduring appeal of YA fiction and its ability to resonate with readers across generations. So, what does this mean for the genre in TV and film? Well, if history is any indication, a surge of interest in the genre can crop up at any given point. It just takes the right story at the right time. And in the end, isn't that all we can really ask for? Social media platforms like Book Talk exemplify the transformative role of digital communities in redefining reading as a communal experience. By leveraging social media's reach and connectivity, book enthusiasts have transformed reading from a solitary pursuit into a vibrant, interactive endeavor that celebrates the richness of young adult literature in the digital age. Streaming services like Netflix and Hulu catalyze the rise of the young adult genre by embracing binge-watching culture, fostering diverse storytelling, and adapting popular YA books into successful series and films. Their influence reshaped the landscape of television and film, making YA content not only accessible, but also celebrated as some of the highest rated and most watched programming during the 2000s. In reflecting on the rise and decline of the young adult genre in film and television, it becomes clear that these cultural phenomena were more than just entertainment. They were emblematic of an era. The 2000s saw a convergence of storytelling that resonated deeply with adolescent audiences, offering fantastical worlds, gripping romances, and of course, relatable characters. However, as quickly as these franchises ascended, their decline in recent years raises important questions about the evolution of audience taste and the industry landscape as a whole. While the golden era of the young adult genre may have faded, its legacy endures in the hearts of those who grew up enchanted by these stories. The impact of franchises like Harry Potter and Twilight extend beyond entertainment, shaping the way we consume media and sparking conversations about representation, genre conventions, and the evolving nature of storytelling itself. As we navigate the evolving landscape of film and television, we carry with us the lessons learned from this era. Reminders of the importance of innovation, diversity, and staying attuned to the ever-changing, fickle desires of audiences. The rise and fall of the young adult genre serve as a testament to the cyclical nature of pop culture and the enduring power of narratives that capture our imagination.